Good old Laura Trump went on to Maria Bartiromo's Fox Business programming this morning and continues to remind us that as Republicans and Donald Trump and MAGA get closer to the election, they get more and more detached from reality.
Yeah, well, listen, we were very proud of the Republican National Convention. I think what people saw with our convention is that you actually saw a path forward for this country. You saw Donald Trump and people every single night of our election, or of our convention, lay out how we are going to make life better for you. I didn't hear a single night of anybody talk at the DNC about that. You saw unity with our party from the RNC. You had a very positive feeling coming out of that. The DNC was a lot of Trump hating. It seems like they're attempting to run on hating Donald Trump, on platitudes, on vibes, and on emotion. That is not going to put food on the table for the people of this country. That is not going to bring down your gas prices. That is not going to get us out of wars around the world. Donald Trump had a plan. He put it in place in 2016 when he won that election. He has done this job before, and we demonstrated at our convention how he would do it again. You haven't heard a single thing from the Democrats on the other side, Maria. And so I think the American people are probably left feeling pretty hollow and empty after watching that DNC. Because, again, you're not going to get your grocery prices lower, and you're not going to stop the fentanyl pouring over our southern border by electing people based on emotion and vibes.
Now, anyone who watched the Democratic National Convention will tell you that there was so much happiness and joy over those 4 days. I mean, do we have to bring up Little John doing the roll call? No. I mean, it's Laura Trump is going to lie harder and harder the closer and closer we get to the election. The closer and closer she gets to losing any power that she has. Because once Daddy Donald is out of the White House and possibly sitting in prison, well, it's going to be a lot harder for all of his kids and their family members to run this con game that they're running on all these poor people. Now, she was right about the platitudes and vibes. The vibes of the RNC was just plain darkness versus light and hope at the DNC. I watched both of those conventions, and you've probably seen, comparison clips between the DNC, the happiness, the celebratory vibe versus the solemn kind of dark vibe of the RNC. And this idea that, Trump and his family members keep pushing that, don't you remember how good it was when he was the president of the United States? He had the plans, and Kamala doesn't have any plans. Donald Trump's plans led to women being stripped of their reproductive freedoms. It also led to a mishandling of the pandemic that was so bad that our economy was left in tatters. So look forward to Trump and Laura Trump and these family members continuing to push bigger and bigger lies as they get closer to losing this election. And I want to go back to the platitudes and the vibes thing that she was talking about, because she went on to talk about some really dark plans for the future of America.
Whether you're talking about ensuring that illegals are clean off the voter rolls, they can't register to vote in certain states, or generally sending out the message, Maria, that if you're a person who is attempting to cheat in our elections, or an illegal citizen attempting to illegally vote in our elections, we will find you, we'll track you down, and we'll prosecute you to the full extent of the law. We're watching everything. We're filing lawsuits when necessary, and we're making sure we have people everywhere votes are being cast and counted to have eyes on everything.
Now, she's been saying this for years. They said this before the 2020 election. And so, my question to Laura Trump is, okay, so where's the evidence that it happened? Or where are the cases of all of these illegal immigrants illegally voting? Because this isn't some new thing. This has been a scare tactic for them for a while. So Where are the court cases, Laura? Why are you just continuing to lie and to do so in such an inhumane way? Talking about how you're watching these immigrants and how you're the one, the one who tried to overthrow the election, the one who went along with your daddy-in-law's plan to overthrow the election, that you guys should have the power, the authority over our elections, is just a complete joke.
How important was the RFK Jr. support?
Oh, I think it's huge. And I think the Democrats are very upset about that. And that's great. And I actually think he did a great thing when he came out and not just said, I'm endorsing Donald Trump, but here's why. Because the Democrats are a threat to our country. I could not associate with a party that has been in my family and is integral to my family and who we are for my entire life. And I thought it was amazing to see him come out. I think you're going to see within the swing states where he has taken himself off the ballot, the percentage bump that I believe it will give Donald Trump, I think is going to be huge. And I think you'll see that in the next round of polling.
Wow. All right.
Laura Trump there saying the percentage bump in these key swing states from the RFK Jr. supporters to now Donald Trump is going to be huge. Just completely bogus. Just like her statement about immigrants, just like her statement about the DNC, just like her statements about Kamala Harris. Completely bogus. But I want to know what you guys think about Lara Trump, what you think is going to happen to the Trumps as we get closer to the election. Let me know your reflections down in the comments. And if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications so that you get my future videos about the election delivered straight to you. My name is Brendan Plank with Reflect, and I'll see you in the next video.